Okay, so we're in the thick. I'm Superman. Clark Kent. Superman. Clark. How does nobody know? Come on. Come on. Anyways, this is the cylinder for my Red Max 5000. You'll notice there's no skirt on it whatsoever. So I'll insert that footage here. You're looking right here. See that crack? Crack. So there you go. As you can see, I don't know how much I told you in the other video. Maybe I'll cut this portion out, but because I don't want to repeat myself. Originally, when I ported this, the skirt was too long. Whenever I tightened it down, it collapsed the skirt and made the piston hard to come in and out. I took an exhaust spreader and spread it open, worked like a charm, put it back together, ran the saw. I just broke it down and got it apart, and I noticed that that skirt was compressed again. I'm like, did I not take it off? Anyways, it's really throwing me for a loop, right? Well, I'm like, well, I'll just spread it open. Whenever I spread it open the second time, it cracked the cylinder skirt. And I just decided, you know what? This cylinder's ruined now. So let's fuck around. So I went ahead and I lopped that skirt off completely. Okay? And there's this other thing that I've been wanting to try. I've always wanted to try finger ports, but that's not what I'm talking about. There's something else, right? There's something else, and I saw him on two-stroke stuffing. You guys, maybe you're familiar with the channel. He builds a lot of two-stroke scooters. And why do you want to watch a video about two-stroke scooters? Well, plain and simply, he knows a lot about two-stroke engines and everything, what's going on. Plus, he'll actually go a step further and build stuff that most people would never dream of building. So, he can be really good to watch. If you've got a mind that likes to learn about this stuff, he's a good one. I don't watch him so much, but I learned about the reversion. I'm calling them the reversion ports. As far as I know, reversion, I'll call them reversion fingers. Okay? As far as I know, nobody else is calling them that. But, anyways, let's have a look down in here. So I decided to really play around with this cylinder. And what I did, I haven't rechecked my numbers yet because it's going to be difficult to do, but I'm pretty sure I hit them. Let me show you. All right, this is the 550 cylinder, and can you even see it? I don't know, can you? See there's a ring down in there? Well, I've got the ring lined up with the transfers. Give me something to point with here, and some light. Okay, so now you can see the ring there, right? And you see how I got it set right there on the lip of the transfers. Okay. That transfer opens at 110 degrees. Okay. So that means nothing to you right now because you don't know anything but that one number. That transfer opens at 110 degrees. Now, right there. This goofy looking thing, all right? The transfer opened at 110. That goofy little thing opens at about 106. Okay, so there's 4 degrees of difference. Now we're going backwards with this because it's the only way to feasibly do it, right? So 110 on that transfer, 4 degrees before that, 106 on that goofy looking port. This right here is what I'm calling reversion fingers. You notice how they're not very deep at all, right? Because I'm not carrying a whole bunch of fuel or anything. All I'm wanting to do is capture some exhaust gas pressure to come down here and pressurize my crankcase so that whenever those transfers open 4 degrees later, it'll have pressure to push my charge up, okay? And then on further up, oh, that's pretty close. We'll call it there. We'll go a little further. There we go. 102 degrees, that's where my exhaust port opens. So we got a lot going on within the span of 8 degrees. So working backward from what we just did, but appropriately in real time, the exhaust opens at 102. Just 4 degrees after that, at 106, these reversion fingers open. So, of course, not all of your gas pressure has been released. Actually, very, very little of it has been released, right? So, that pressure then travels down these reversion fingers, and it's pressurizing the crankcase. And then at 110 degrees, our actual transfers open, and we've got good pressure in the crankcase to rocket ship our charge up the real transfers and out into the combustion chamber on top of the piston. You feel me? You feel me? I know you do. I know you feel me. So that's a lot going on, and I think that this probably would have worked out better with a more standard saw, not this Strato-charged 550 Mark I is basically that's what the Red Max 5000 is. Actually, no, it's in 545 Mark I. That's what the Red Max 5000 is. Is this going to work? I don't know, but to help it along, I am going to go ahead and on my exhaust side here of my piston, I'm going to take a little bit of material out so that that exhaust starts leaving sooner. I don't exactly want it to, but I kind of feel like I have to. Because if I take a little bit, say 2 degrees off of this, then the exhaust port is opening at 100 instead of 102, which instead of 4 degrees, it gives you 6 degrees before those reversion fingers open. And by doing it that way, you don't lose any compression because your ring is actually where the compression takes place. So I think I might try that just a little bit, not much. Yeah, I think I'm going to try that. All right, that's the way we'll do it. We'll keep it right there. Oh, look, if random things show up on camera, you sure do see stuff. Hopefully, if this screams, which I really doubt it, I just can't believe, I'm like, no way that's going to work. But if it does, this is what I'm going to be running at Sawfest. So, doesn't need to last or anything like that. We're going to give it a shot. So I'm going to put this thing back together now. And actually, I got to put some lateral ports in that piston. If y'all want to know what lateral ports are, subscribe. Be a lumber hack. Only $2.99 a month. All right. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put this thing back together, and then we'll see how it runs. If it runs. It may not even run. I don't know. All right. So if I haven't already told you the final numbers on this, where it fell, once I cut the crown of the piston a little bit, 97 on the exhaust opening. I know. 81 on the intake floor, and the transfers ended up being 113. So I was shooting for a 110, but I guess I got overly safe with 113. Turned out it's probably a good thing, I think. That's probably right where the stock transfers should be, or not, the stock height. The stock height. You know, they're probably pretty close to 118. They should be around 113, 114 stock. Whatever, we're getting, let's just see how the damn thing runs. I don't have high hopes. I feel like it's going to fall on its face. We'll see. First startup right here. Definitely needs to tune itself in really good. Idle. She don't want to idle. Let's put it to work some more. Here we go. Okay, it's been a little bit more than 3 minutes, so it's idling good. It's got an 8-pin sprocket on it. So dog it in. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Because this cylinder's 12 different kinds of screwed up, you know. I'm going to drill an extra hole in that muffler and see if that helps. Or actually, that's probably good. I'm going to put the 7-pin sprocket back on it and see what that does. Okay, I'm back. And I don't have my head earmuffs. Oh well. Here we go. 7-pin sprocket on here now. All the way through. All the way. You know, I think I'll bring it and run it. Why not? You know,
I'm so tempted to say I think I need to put another hole in that exhaust, and I might need to, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's all right. It doesn't like the restart. Might be out of fuel. Bone dry. I bet you that's been the problem all along. Well, yeah, I'm gonna bring this and run this. I'm gonna run this at whatchamajigget. We'll see how it does. That's the way to tell. I mean, do I think it's spectacular? No, not at all. But for being able to play with that cylinder and mess around and do some stuff, I like it, you know? I do, I like it. So what will happen now, I'll run it up at Sawfest and see how it does. Let's say I come in 15th place. If I can look at the saws that are in front of me, it tells a story, all right? It was able to pull the RPMs. You know, early on, it was wanting to do 12.6, 12.7, all right? It never ran that high before. So clearly, changing those transfers like that allowed it to build power in a higher RPM range. I'm not saying it built much or anything like that, but like I said, this was like a ruined cylinder anyways and stuff, so we'll just go ahead and slap a 16-inch bar on it and we'll run it at Sawfest and see how it does. Maybe it'll do great, maybe it'll be stupid and nobody will want to run it, or I mean it'll get beaten by everything. Whatever. It was fun to play.